Well, it's not working. A new poll conducted by Newsweek shows that her popularity is down 8 points from June. She's underwater in her net approval rating. 33% of people reported their dislike for her. 31% said she was okay to them. I guess the rest don't have an opinion.
January 2026, LAX airport, middle of the afternoon. Meghan Markle is going through security like she owns the place. Sunglasses on, entourage trailing behind. The usual royal treatment she demands everywhere she goes. But this time, something is different. TSA pulls her aside. Standard baggage check. Nothing unusual. Except what they find in those designer suitcases is not clothes or shoes or makeup. It's cash. Stacks and stacks of cash. 7 full suitcases packed with money. And we're not talking a few thousand for shopping. Sources close to the situation say we're looking at millions. Actual millions in untraceable bills crossing international borders without proper declaration. The kind of money that raises red flags with customs, with federal investigators, with anyone who understands how financial crimes work. Now footage allegedly exists showing the whole thing. TSA cameras caught everything. Meghan's reaction when they opened those bags, the scramble from her team trying to explain the question she couldn't answer about where that money came from and where it was going. And word spreading through security channels is this isn't the first time. Multiple trips, multiple suitcases, pattern of behavior that suggests something way bigger than a one-time mistake. So, buckle up tight because if this footage goes public, Meghan's not just facing embarrassment, she's facing potential federal charges that could land her in prison.
When listing off the products in the paperwork, now she filed that paperwork for as ever in September of last year, just weeks after, we saw the cracks starting to appear when it came to the American Riviera Orchard trademark and name.
Let me walk you through what allegedly went down at LAX that day. Sources familiar with airport security procedures say Meghan checked in for an international flight. Destination unclear, but reports suggest either London or somewhere in Europe. She's traveling with her usual setup. Multiple designer suitcases, personal assistant handling logistics, that air of entitlement she carries everywhere. TSA does their standard screening, bags go through the scanner, and that's when things get interesting. The images show something unusual. Dense, uniform packing in all 7 suitcases, not the normal scattered items you see in luggage x-rays. This looked organized, methodical, like someone packed these bags with a specific purpose. So security pulls her aside for secondary inspection, standard procedure when scans raise questions. And according to people who allegedly witnessed what happened next, Meghan's whole demeanor changed. The confident smile disappeared. She started making phone calls. Her team immediately went into crisis mode. When TSA opened those suitcases, sources say the scene was shocking. Stacks of $100 bills, 50s, 20s, all bundled with those paper bands you see in bank vaults, filling every suitcase completely. No clothes, no personal items, just cash packed tight like someone was moving serious money across borders. You understand what I'm saying? This wasn't pocket money. This wasn't travel funds. This was the kind of cash that requires federal reporting, customs declarations, explanations about origin and purpose.
First though, as the Duchess of Sussex continues to dominate the news following her bombshell interview this week, we're asking if America is falling out of love with Meghan. It follows headlines like this, which made the front page of the New York Post. Ross King is live in LA. Good morning, Ross. Have you noticed a shift, Ross? What is the public's response?
Here's where this gets really problematic for Meghan. When you're moving large amounts of cash internationally, federal law requires specific declarations. You have to document where the money came from, where it's going, what it's for. These aren't suggestions. These are mandatory reporting requirements designed to prevent financial irregularities and financial crimes. Word from sources close to the investigation is that Meghan couldn't provide satisfactory answers to basic questions. Where did this cash originate? Unclear. What's the intended use? No clear explanation. Why cash instead of wire transfers or checks? No legitimate reason given. Her team allegedly tried multiple explanations. Business expenses for her brand. Payment for services. Personal funds for real estate investment. But here's the problem with those stories. None of them makes sense for this amount of cash. Legitimate business transactions don't happen with suitcases full of untraceable bills.
Flex on you as the mother. Because fine, they're kids, they're running around. Fine, I get that. But you're putting them on social media. Comb the hair, change the diaper, change the clothes. No. And it started bothering me. So I reached out to some people because I've been listening and hearing to some rumbles on.
And the timing raises even more questions. This allegedly happened shortly after her Nigeria trip where she and Harry flew on a private jet provided by Alan Onima. Remember him? The airline executive wanted in the US for allegedly layering over $20 million through American banks. That's not conspiracy theory. That's documented federal charges against someone who gave Meghan and Harry free international flights. So, you've got Meghan connected to an alleged financial layering. Then weeks later, she's caught at LAX with suitcases full of cash. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern investigators notice. Let me connect some dots here because this Nigeria situation is way more important than people realize. May 2024, Meghan and Harry take this charity trip to Nigeria promoting Invictus Games. Sounds innocent enough. Except the flights weren't commercial. Weren't paid for by them.
It's possible that they just really want a private existence for their kids. And well, I've always thought that Meghan potentially was not actually pregnant. I had initially believed that the child was real. He was just born of a surrogate. That's as far as my mind would extend towards
Now, who is Alan Onima? He's not just some generous businessman supporting charity work. He's currently wanted by U.S. federal authorities for allegedly using his position as airline executive to layer more than $20 million from Nigeria through American bank accounts. That's serious federal charges. Meghan and Harry accepted free private jets from this man. Got treated like royalty according to airline spokespersons. Received everything they wanted. Now maybe they didn't know about the allegations, but that defense only works if you believe Meghan and Harry don't do basic research on people providing them expensive services. Here's what makes this connection to the LAX incident so concerning. Onima allegedly moved money from Nigeria to U.S. bank accounts. Meghan allegedly got caught moving cash through LAX. The method is different, but the pattern is similar. Moving large amounts of money in ways that avoid standard financial tracking.
At Balmoral, when Prince Harry arrived after her death, even without Meghan Markle. Let me take you through some of the key extracts from this part of the book. Paul Burrell writes, after her own diagnosis just a few months later, the Queen swore everyone.
I'm not saying Meghan's definitely involved in the same schemes. I'm saying the connections and timing create questions that federal investigators absolutely notice. When someone associates with an alleged financial layering, then gets caught moving suspicious amounts of cash. That's not something authorities ignore. Now, let's talk about the security footage because if it's real and if it gets leaked, Meghan's got massive problems. Airport security cameras are everywhere. Every checkpoint, every screening area, every customs station. They record everything constantly for security and legal purposes. Sources indicating familiarity with the footage say it shows the entire interaction. Meghan approaching security, the bags going through screening, TSA pulling her aside. The moment they opened those suitcases and found the cash. Her reaction, her team's reaction, the phone calls,